Hi, my name is Knutson. This is my website. This is my first website. I'm completely pumped about it. I've learned a ton of stuff. It's another form of art. I think that watching somebody that knows their product is as exciting for me as doing hair, because I know my product and I can give you what you want, just like Tom is giving me what I want. It's a beautiful thing.
So, how long have you been in the business of hairdressing?
Well, I started when I was 19. A few years, 25. Yeah, about 25 years.
So, Wade, what do you offer to your clients?
I bring my experience to my clients. I've traveled the world doing hair. It's a passion for me. It's something that I truly enjoy to do. I love meeting people and interacting and getting from people what feeds me, and it allows me to give back to them. Hairdressing is a job that you can take anywhere in the world, and you can do it and you can meet people, and it's very rich. Technically, I'm a strong cutter. Color, I'm very creative. I've developed a board for doing highlights, which gets me closer to the root than anybody I know. I sell my foil boards, which you'll see on the site. And I do it all. I do updos. You know, I think a true artist, a true stylist, is somebody that can do all of it, not just a color technician or a cutting technician. You know, to take somebody that comes into the salon, you want to be able to take them from beginning to end, not break it up with different people in between, because you're getting too many people involved. One person, one-on-one, discussed, the vision developed, accepted, and produced.
Have you ever had any famous clients?
Yes, I've done a few actors and actresses. You know, I really don't want to name names because that's a private privilege. And, you know, it's just like when any client sits in my chair and talks to me about their personal lives, it stays personal. It's not something that I share with anybody. I respect that. And, you know, no matter what your background is, I treat each person in my chair at that moment as the same. I give the same respect to each person that sits in my chair and the same care that each person does when they sit in my chair.
Tell us a little bit about your personal life. You know, your clients come in, they talk about their personal life, so tell them a bit about yours.
My personal life is great. I've got two beautiful boys. I've got a woman in my life that I love. I really don't have anything to complain about. It's, you know, if you accept things the way they are and love people for the way they are, then you're just going to get it back.
What would you do if you weren't a hairdresser?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Surprise question.
Yes. I love architecture. I love working with steel, with wood, taking something from nothing and creating a form and creating a shape that is functional and people use, like hair.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and that's, I guess you approach hair in a similar way?
Right. I have a bunch of photographs of hair that I've done over the years, and I've also put in some artwork and some architectural things that I've done that interest me. Feel free to browse them, and if you have any questions, let me know. And also, for stylists that see this site, I also teach classes as well. So if you're interested, maybe we can get a few people together and do some classes and updos, victory rolls. You know, victory rolls have come back into vogue. You know, when I teach, I strip people down to their basics. No matter if they've been doing hair for 30 years or if they've been doing hair for a day. You strip them down to their basics and you build it up from there. People tend to forget. You know, we forget what we know. But you can't be a true artist unless you know how you got there. You know, it just doesn't work. You become afraid of reaching your finish because you don't know if it's going to work out. If you know your basics and you know the positive aspects, you see the finished product before it's done. That's the beauty of it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's the gift.
Mm-hmm. So, what would make someone come see you instead of someone else?
In this industry now, there's so many stylists. You know, a lot of clients I've had for a long time because we've made a connection, we've created a bond. I care, and my clients know that I care.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we make a connection that lasts forever.
Mm-hmm. Any final words of invitation to your potential clients?
Come for the experience.
Okay.
You know, come for the experience, and I can guarantee you'll be happy when you leave.
Beautiful. Thank you, Wade.
Thank you.